So the first thing that I'm gonna do is put my chicken wings in a gallon-sized plastic bag, and I'm gonna get those marinated. I'm gonna get them seasoned and let them sit until it's time for me to start dinner. So I'm gonna go ahead and season them with some nutritional yeast, crushed red pepper, some garlic powder. I have some onion powder that I made from my dehydrated August Farms onions. And I also am going to use some of the lime salt that I made in a previous video by dehydrating the zest of the limes and then just mixing it with some powdered Redmond salt. So this is what I have left. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these seasoned up. And I'm gonna use about a teaspoon of nutritional yeast. I'm gonna just use maybe, I don't know, a half of a teaspoon of crushed red pepper because the sauce that I'm gonna use, the wing sauce that I'm gonna use is gonna be pretty spicy. So I'm gonna throw those in there. I love garlic, so I'm gonna go in with a nice teaspoon of garlic. And I'm going to use also a teaspoon of my onion powder. And I'm gonna go in with some of this lime salt as well. And we'll get this sealed up. Give them a nice massage. I think for some color, I'm gonna go ahead and add some paprika. I have some Hungarian paprika here, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw in a teaspoon of that. It's not spicy, just for some color. I'm gonna throw these in the refrigerator and I'm gonna let these just sit until it's time to make dinner. This is the sauce that I'm using. This is a chicken wing sauce, a Supreme Tradition. I found this at the 99-cent store, so now would be the perfect time to use this up. So we'll set that aside. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and start my fried rice. So I have a wok here that my mom gave me. I like using this area here to do stir frying and my canning. There's a vent up there, so it'll just suck out all of the steam and it won't cause my windows to get all foggy. I'm gonna start on my fried rice. For my fried rice, I'm going to use 2 packages of this Thai Kitchen coconut flavored rice. If you don't have a lot of time or you forget and you don't make your rice the night before and put it in the refrigerator so it's nice and hard, these are great for last minute fried rice meals. Go ahead and throw them in the refrigerator while you're prepping all of your other ingredients. And by the time it's ready to fry, your rice will be nice and cold, just like it had sat in the refrigerator overnight. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw these in the refrigerators to start getting cold. I'm also going to defrost some bacon that I already have cut into bite-sized pieces. This is a super double thick bacon that I got on sale at Fred Meyer's last month sometime. They were $9 for 3 pounds. You'll see what I mean. They're thick, so keep on watching. We'll get this in the microwave, but first I need to open up my package. No freezer burn, no ice crystals. I just folded my bag over to make sure that all the air got out of it. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw this, put this on a plate, and then I'm gonna throw this into the microwave for a few minutes to defrost. I'm gonna throw in just a little bit of mixed vegetables, and I'm going to dice up these Walla Walla onions that we picked up at the farmer's market. So I'm gonna dice up some of these. I'm not gonna use too many onions, but I do like the smell and the flavor. I just don't like the texture. And then I have a couple of eggs that I'm gonna use. I'm gonna beat up. I'm gonna use some MSG. You don't have to use this. My husband and I really like it. We don't really notice headaches or anything that some people seem to be sensitive to. So I'm gonna go ahead and include it along with some toasted sesame oil. I'm using, instead of soy sauce, I'm using some coconut aminos. I'm gonna use some crushed garlic. And then my spices like crushed red pepper, a little bit of salt. I might hold off on the salt only because I know the coconut aminos and the bacon is gonna be very salty. and then the onion powder and all the good stuff. So let's go ahead and get our onions chopped. Don't want a lot, just a few. I like my onions diced nice and small, so I try to get them as fine as I can. And if you don't have fresh onions, you can leave it out, or you can just use the onion powder if you just like the flavor. Remember to use the back of your blade to scoop up your food to save your blade from going dull. Eggs cracked and beaten. Okay, we'll beat the eggs. Okay, I'm gonna heat up my wok as hot as it will go, and I'm gonna wait for it to start smoking. Once it starts smoking, I'm gonna add in my bacon pieces and get that going. I also have, for my protein, I have some chicken, some lemon pepper chicken. There were little fillets or little patties of chicken that I bought in a grocery haul not that long ago, maybe about a month ago, that were on sale. So I cooked them up for my husband and I for dinner, and then we just didn't feel like eating, so they've been sitting in the refrigerator. So I'm just gonna use this in my fried rice that's already cooked and ready to go. And there is a little bit of some tri-tip because I made some nachos with it yesterday, and then I didn't finish it. So this is what's left over. I can feel the heat. I can see a little bit of smoke. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump in some of this bacon. Okay, we're just gonna let that go. I'm gonna bring you around so you can see what this bacon looks like. It smells so good and it's nice and thick, so it's gonna taste good too. You'll be able to taste it and see it inside your fried rice. What I mean by extra thick. And what I'm going to do next is add my onions. We like a lot of garlic, so I'm going to do about a tablespoon. I'm going to add my vegetables. They do have a little bit of ice on them, so it's going to splatter a little bit. Get those in there. And go ahead and add some of my nutritional yeast. I'm just going to sprinkle that on top. I put it in everything. I'm gonna add some extra garlic powder, because why not? Not too much, maybe 1/4 teaspoon. We like things a little spicy, so I'm gonna add some crushed red pepper. We were just talking about how it seemed like the crushed red pepper is just getting spicier. And the onion powder. Okay, I'm gonna throw in some of my meat. That nice and hot. This is where we're at right now. I ended up throwing these in the freezer, so they're nice and cold. I'm going to throw in my rice. Together, mix it well. Making a mess over here. Next, I'm going to add some sesame oil. This is just about done. I'm going to let that rice fry. Let my wok come back up to temperature. Okay, I'm gonna add my bacon now. Look at that. Look at how nice and thick that bacon is. Now the packet of rice said that it was 8.8 ounces and it was 1 serving. So I used 2 packs, and this is not 2 servings worth of food. This definitely will feed a family of 4 at least. I'm gonna move this off to the side and I'm gonna get my egg in here. I'm also gonna add my coconut aminos. Maybe a tablespoon. It really wasn't that much. I can always go back and add more. I'm gonna add just a little bit of MSG, maybe about half of a teaspoon. Just throw that in there. Again, you can leave this out. I understand that there are people who are sensitive to it. My husband and I, thankfully, we are not. So we're gonna use it. I don't put it in everything, but sometimes I do like to have that extra umami flavor. So that's gonna go in. Get that scrambled egg going. And I'm gonna keep letting that fry to get that nice crispy sear on the bottom of my rice, and then I'll go ahead and flip it to get it seared on the other side. This is where we're at right now with our fried rice. I don't know about you guys, but I just adore rice. I think rice is so versatile. You can put it practically in anything. You can add any kind of flavor you want. It just absorbs whatever identity you want to give it. So this is just going to be amazing. And the fact that I used a coconut flavored rice is going to add an extra depth of flavor, so I didn't have to add really much else. This is looking good. I'm just going to keep letting it sear a little bit. If you don't have sesame seed oil, feel free to use any oil that you have available. Remember, when you're cooking bacon, strain it into a mason jar and just keep it in the refrigerator, and you'll always have a fat to cook with. It's virtually free. It's looking good. This is where we're at right now. These are my green onions that I've been cutting back and using, and they've been regrowing. So I'm just gonna take one and I'm just gonna cut off using my scissors, and we're gonna, here we have our delicious and quick fried rice using the Thai Kitchen coconut rice ready to heat. I just threw it in the freezer for a couple of minutes. I started it out in the refrigerator and then I threw it in the freezer just to speed up the cooling process. And this is what we got. We used some thick cut bacon, scrambled egg, a mixture of vegetables that included carrots, peas, and green beans, along with some diced Walla Walla onions and some scrambled egg. Feel free to customize and make this your own. I don't think you can go wrong. Your kitchen, your rules. I took my party wings out of the refrigerator. I'm gonna go ahead and get them on an air fryer basket, and we're gonna get those in the oven. I'm gonna give these guys a little spray with some avocado oil. My toaster oven, air fryer / best friend is preheating to 400 degrees. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get these in the oven. I'm gonna let those go for about 30 minutes. We're gonna let those cook for about a half an hour. I'm gonna check halfway through at about the 15-minute mark, give them a toss, flip them over, and make sure that they're getting nice and crispy and ready for my sauce. Don't go anywhere. You're gonna wanna see how this comes out. About 13 minutes left, I'm halfway through. So I'm going to pull these out and flip them over, make sure they get crispy on both sides. To the oven they go for the remainder 13 minutes. The chicken wings are just about done. I took some of my hot sauce. I'm gonna go ahead and brush it along all over my wings, and then I'm gonna pop them back into the oven for just a few minutes, and then I'll toss them again in a bowl with the rest of the sauce, make them nice and saucy. Just give them a nice, generous coating. This is delicious. Oh, this sauce is so vinegary and salty. I just love it. If you're new around here, my flavor profile is very much sour, salty, and spicy. Not as spicy as my husband, but I do like some spice, but I don't like it to the point where it's so spicy I can't eat my food. All right, let's go ahead and get these flipped over. Do the other side. This side coated. Back into the oven they go. My wings have come out of the oven. They're ready to get dressed. So I'm gonna throw them in this bowl here. Give them a toss to coat. That vinegar really opens up the sinuses. Got my party wings all nicely seasoned and dressed with our chicken wing sauce. We also have our fried rice that we made earlier. This is going to be dinner. So let's go ahead and get this plated up. Here we have our fried rice and our party wings. Doesn't that look delicious? Quick and easy to start off the week. Got my party wings for dinner, along with a delicious and flavorful fried rice made with prepackaged rice that was already cooked. Just throw it in the freezer for about 10 minutes while you're prepping your vegetables. It'll be ready to go. You won't even be able to tell the difference. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave me a comment. I'll see you in the next video, everybody. Bye.